mind.
And again, if you're, whoa, that's okay, man. A pastoral mindset automatically categorizes and thinks of things in a very different way than someone who is living in an industrial society. So potatoes and knives, in their mind, makes perfect sense. And if the IQ test of potatoes and knives together, but if you put potatoes and onions to an IQ test guy, that makes perfect sense. So it's just a different way of thinking.
We could speculate as to how a world could be if these agrarian, for lack of a better word, people were brought into the information age. And maybe there could be, again, speculatively a change in the data set. But as we know today, repeated for almost a century worth of intelligence data, intelligence understanding, if you throw IQ, you're throwing out almost every psychometric test.
Not really.
IQ is a predictor. IQ is the best predictor along with conscientiousness.
IQ is bullshit science.
Okay.
It is mostly bullshit science. And think about it this way. Take IQ out of the equation. You can have
So let me give you a little test, right? So if I put
I haven't even finished the statement yet. Go ahead. No, give me your test. Give me your test.
If I put you in front of 5 or 6, you can choose them on, do it on a live stream, IQ test. You do them repeatedly, and then you studied in between, and you did them repeatedly, and you studied. You won't change your IQ the more than 1 or 2%.
I agree. But
if I give him the IQ test, him the IQ test, we have a range of IQs.
I agree.
We get this range of IQ data.
But here's a question for you.
You study for it, and guess what happens? We see IQ patterns.
Here's a question for you.
Right.
What about some hoodie, some guy who's never been to school, but is a fantastically successful drug dealer who has automatically taken over? No, but he's going to fail every IQ test he gets in on.
And then he has a low IQ.
No, that's the thing. He's demonstrated intelligence.
Are you counting example that his success as a drug dealer?
No.
Is a prediction of?
No.
I mean,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that IQ measures a very specific kind of intelligence. There are other kinds of intelligence, and they're all just as capable of success.
So if you subscribe to the right reaction, you see me wandering to Jordan Peterson's destruction of this idea that there are other classes of intelligence, because we can use statistical factor analysis. We can find everything like emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, kinetic intelligence, and if we factor them all out for personality, nothing is left statistically but IQ.
Not at all.
So we can't use the label IQ for my emotional intelligence or my kind of Michael Jackson intelligence. That's not IQ. IQ is the thing that you cognitively put into these cognitive tests. There's nothing else.
Which is saying exactly the same thing I am. Again, what I'm saying is you're measuring a specific capability.
Correct. We're measuring this thing called IQ.
Which is not enough. Again, you have people with super high IQs that fail dismally in life and cannot do normal things.
Now there's a second part of the argument. So if you assume there's this thing called IQ that you like or not, and it differentiates the people, what does it predict statistically?
It predicts
shows you,
capable
along
of
with
certain
conscientiousness, or the 5 trait dimensions, along with conscientiousness, it's the strongest correlate for 2 things. What profession you go into and your success at it. So you can be very high IQ and badly conscientious and you won't do well in life. We've all met smart people who are useless because they have low conscientiousness. But those 2 traits predict across the board profession outcomes.
So
you're not going to see doctors and lawyers and engineers or actors.
Oh,
you know, the actors
so
with an
have we
IQ
just moved the
above 90.
goalposts now? I'm not really sure I get it.
Yeah, I had to give Pavlov the entry.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if I take that as a predictive IQ, I give us all IQ tests, and I'll find how many people here could be doctors, lawyers, professors, Uber car drivers. If I do that and I just put it in with no emotion, it predicts profession. It predicts outcome, along with trait conscientiousness. There's only 5 dimensional traits.
Okay.
If you're not conscientious and you're smart, you'll still be a fuck up.
So let me ask you a different question. Why are you assuming profession dictates success? Aren't professions dictated by the market? So because again, I could have a high IQ and be a physicist, but still be unsuccessful.
The answer to that's quite simple, because the market values those professions using market theory. So a doctor earns more than an Uber driver, and rightfully so. A heart surgeon earns more than a. So the market, whatever the market value of profession is, IQ predicts profession.
Yeah, but a physicist will learn less than a doctor, and a doctor doesn't require as much education.
You're right. There's a market weighting factors of it, but generally society values these people, and these people, the high values, have the high IQs and conscientiousness.
Really? What about
IQ
Donald
is not
Trump?
enough. There are people who are very successful in life who have low IQs but are very conscientious.
Really?
They're very shopkeepers.
Yeah,
many
IQ
people,
is not the only
very
way
successful.
a person can
They
be
get up in the
intelligent.
morning at 5 o'clock, they open their
IQ is
shop,
not
they
that
sell
relevant.
it.
That's fantastic that you're saying that, because that's what I've been saying this whole time.
I know, it's funny that
It's
he's
very
the one
interesting
saying
how the goalposts move over time.
I
It's
know,
like, yeah, our
Goalposts?
IQ,
Which goalposts?
the IQ goalposts.
No, what I'm saying, so if IQ, whether you like it or not, is a predictor for profession, and profession shows you success, you see the straight correlation across culture.
Okay.
So I'm not going to find many doctors or lawyers with an IQ of 85 of any color, race, or cap, and I'm not going to find many heart surgeons. IQ doesn't mean you will become a heart surgeon. You could be a lazy fucker.
Sure.
And have a high IQ. Everyone probably knows a friend or family. That guy is wasted his
Sure.
life. He's so clever. Or you can have a low IQ shopkeeper who comes here, opens a shop 5 in the morning, works 100 hours weeks, and is very successful in life.
So we agree IQ is not necessarily the best predictor.
Again, repeatedly. No, it is the strongest predictor along with conscientiousness.
Which is we're saying the black and white of the same thing.
You have no IQ. I have a negative IQ. I have a negative one. I actually lose information. When you tell me stuff, I get dumber. It's a negative IQ.
So we're saying the same thing, just on opposite sides. I'm saying it's not necessarily the best predictor. You're saying it is a good predictor with other
It's
things.
the best one, yeah. The best one we have.
I don't get it.
Hence why if you try to get into Caltech, you're going to be sitting a test which is a proxy for IQ. Right, if you want to study physics in Caltech, you're going to do a test and a battery of tests which is going to test your IQ.
I don't know. I minored in physics, but
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, if I gave that physics entrance exam and just basic Newtonian physics, projectile equations to the chimps here, a majority of them will not pass.
yeah. But here's the question: how much of them actually studied? I actually had to study
You
for
can't
a few
study-
years
yeah, sure.
to get to the level.
Yeah,
of
but some people can't, like my sister was never good at maths. She just doesn't get maths, right? That's a certain IQ. Same with verbal ability. Some people can't speak like that. That's a type of IQ. Some people, hey, rat
so
bag.
there's IQ, there's consciousness, there's conscientiousness. There's probably openness, assertiveness.
all the five
the
personality
five-
dimensions.
and the market resource. So
Right.
so you have to have a fair
You're
balance of IQ and certain characteristics, and by accident fall into a profession that the market values
So you
highly.
could be a poor African child in Nigeria with a high IQ, conscientiousness, but your economic system is not giving you anywhere for you to achieve your potential.
So that's one in what, 6 or 7 different factors that we're talking
It depends
about?
what you're measuring. We're jumping up and down the stack.
No, we're not. We're not. I'm
not saying I'm not saying in any negative way. I'm saying if you take one individual, that's his IQ. If I take him in his environment, I take a really bright Nigerians have high IQs at the top end. Put him in a village, he gets nowhere. Put him somewhere else, lower middle class, he gets to Caltech. So obviously the environment affects it. But
Absolutely.
But the low IQ people are never going to Caltech.
But why would they want to go to Caltech
No
anyway?
one's saying they should want to go to Caltech, they can't go to Caltech. Whether they want to go.
I have a question for you now. I have a question. I see a lot of my colleagues in university, they are smart and they work for stupid people. Why is that?
Because employers don't have to be bright.
Every country in the world, you see smart people work and stupid people.
But you find the people at the top of that stupid people are not stupid people. There might be stupid people working for the man. The man will not be stupid.
In Saudi Arabia, we are in Saudi Arabia.
Nobody's
We
perfect.
average low IQ. We average IQ, and we hire the smartest people in the world.
Because
They
your
work
money.
for us.
Because the money you
Why is
accidentally live in a place where they have an asset. When the asset is gone away, in 100 years we'll see what the Saudi people did.
Do you feel that the IQ test, though, do you feel that it is culturally biased? Because
No.
okay, someone takes the IQ and let's say you get 100 and something.
God forbid, yeah.
You then go to the Amazon in Brazil amongst indigenous people. With that 100 plus IQ, you're absolutely useless intellectually in there.
Yeah.
So then, what is the point of that
A
IQ?
high IQ is no good in an MMA cage fight.
But that's, I'm not talking,
I mean,
no,
listen.
but I'm talking about living, feeding off the land, growing, planting stuff.
Same.
Your
I'll
IQ,
give you another example.
Your IQ didn't help
Right.
you in the Amazon.
It wouldn't help
could
you.
argue that if you had a high IQ and you were put in that environment, then you would look at it from a different perspective. You would look at it from subsistence and hunting and looking
I
after
can
your
see
day-to-day life. You
my
might try
point
and start
of
some
view
sort of a business and
is
the resources
IQ.
are available to you
I
from that
find
environment.
it
So
very
Yeah, but
biased,
IQ do that, though.
and I would
IQ
say
doesn't do
racist.
IQ is just your pretend. Think of it as
Some
think of the
people
CPU in your
like
computer. It's just your engine.
in IQ
It doesn't mean you're going to
scores.
go anywhere in life.
And
It doesn't
then
mean you're going to go
in
quick.
So why
real
do you
life,
prove badly? But it's your
they
So why do you
go
care so
nowhere.
much about it then?
Absolutely.
Because
why
IQ,
do
for example, is going to
people
show us
so
our
much
biggest
more?
population crisis when we hit 2050. We have 10 billion chimps.
Yeah.
The bottom 30%, that's 3 billion people. And we'll have an IQ that will be very difficult to do anything productive in society with. We're going to run into an IQ crisis.
An IQ crisis.
Oh, yeah.
Find the genius within the crowd.
No, exactly.
You know, they never picked up
Anyways,
geniuses
that's the
come
IQ
for certain environmental circumstances,
Yeah.
not because of IQ. IQ was born with the capitalist idea of finding a very pliable working class and giving the self-boosting and self-confidence through these IQ scores. You know, when you say, oh, I scored 135. And then that guy was so conceited that he scored so high that he was working like a donkey.
What's his name? You want to join it?
Oh no, I don't want to join you at all.
Check it.
Nasselson. Ian?
Ralph just dirt.
So they are avoiding.
From man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
We want to make it. We're going to finish it. Lake of fire. We're going to finish it right now. What are you going to do? We're going to finish it. Your country is so weak.
Listen, any Arab young man, ask him. One day we're going to take over all Israel. We're going to, wallahi, we're going to kick your ass. Wait.